And see the Bo Sox, even if you're nowhere near the MLB Extra Innings package, you can watch up to 8 games a week and follow your favorite team, no matter where you live. And since MLB Extra Innings includes MLB.tv, you can watch all. So the artist I chose was Pablo Picasso. Pablo was born on October 25th, 1881, and he was born in Malaga, Spain. His first word was peas, which is short for love peas. This was sort of known as the legend of how they knew he was going to be an artist. His father was an artist and a teacher. His family had grown up poor. His father taught him how to paint at the age of 13. And their family moved to Barcelona at 14. Once they moved to Barcelona, he entered a fine arts school, where he felt like they were constantly teaching him the same things, so he started to ditch school. While ditching school, he got inspired from the city and would paint the things that he saw. He lived in France most of his life, and when he was living there, he opened a studio for all of his art. These are just the periods of his work. The blue period, the rose period, cubism, classical period, and surrealism. The blue period was from 1901 to 1904. This was when he was super lonely and depressed and kind of struggling. This was mostly caused by the death of one of his close friends. A lot of his work just represented his life at the time. A lot of these paintings had lots of blues and greens incorporated in it, and the picture that I chose to represent this was the old guitarist. Rose period. This was in 1905. This was when he started to overcome his depression. And these paintings were pink, beige, and red. And this is a painting of family at Saltimbek. Cubism was in 1907. Abstract. It was super abstract and different, and it was when you take something apart and put it back together in an abstract way. This painting I chose was The Weeping Woman. This is the classical period, 1918 to 1927. This was during the World War I era, and the painting I chose was Women Running on the Beach. Surrealism, based on the bombings of Guernica. Picasso was so upset and just fuming over the bombings, so he took it and he made this abstract painting. So some of the elements that I notice in a lot of his work is the shapes. A lot of his different paintings have many different shapes in them. The lines, many lines are different directions and sizes and shapes. The color, varying on the period it was in, there's many different colors that you can see. And textures, there's more faded paintings and then more direct, bold-lined paintings. So those were the elements that I noticed in a lot of his artwork. The principles of design. Contrast, for sure, because there's many different, variations of colors and sizes and everything in a lot of his work. Directional force is seen in a lot of the pieces that have more harsh lines, and the variety is just obvious because all of his paintings have such a huge variety from super sad and mopey, lonely paintings to happy times and bright and colorful. The functions one I chose was delight, because there is some that are super happy times, and bright colors, and you can see the delight that he is portraying in his paintings. And then self-expression, because all of the paintings that he does are him expressing himself based on emotion or what is going on in his life. And the theories: formal theory, contextual, and expressive. I believe all of these theories are within his work at some point in some painting. All of them. You can see it in every single one of his pieces. And that is the end of my slideshow.